Hi! Slippery floors. Oh goodness. Welcome to Thursday Talks with Tiffany. I'm your hostess, of course, and this here is Ian, already trying to make an appearance to say hello. And then of course, Ian's nose is right here. He's saying hello too. I got a cup of coffee that I'm supposedly weaning myself away from, right? And I added some coconut oil to it. And these boys are major fans of coconut oil. They get some on their food. They love it by the spoonful. But yeah, so they're all into my coffee cup right now. And Larkin even gave it a lick on the outside. And it was like, ouch, it's hot, Mom. I'm like, yeah, that was dumb, right? So there you have it. Hello, welcome you guys. Today, I want to talk to you about balsamic vinegar. I thought it'd be kind of fun to share. If you haven't heard already, I'm going to Italy, and I decided that I need to start doing something about this, right? I mean, it's coming up, and so much that I want to do. I'm like, gosh, I need to learn some Italian, right? So who knows Italian? I'm gonna check out the Duolingo app too and see what I can find there, but I really want to learn food stuff because I want to go to Italy and be healthy. I'm not saying that I'm going to be raw there because Italy is France is my destination space that I want to enjoy the vibe and see everything and just be in Paris and sit at the sidewalk cafes and people watch and go to the outdoor markets and and look at the shops and stuff. I mean, there's so many. I want to see so many places. Okay, France is a whole nother topic. #1 country on my list. Italy has never really been on the list, but as I started thinking about it, we're going now. I'm like, wow, Italy has been there for the food. Italy has always been, the Italian food has been huge for me. So I'm excited to be going there, and now I'm like, wow. I was looking up what produce is going to be fresh in season when I'm there, and I thought I for sure have to learn all of those words because I need to be able to order that kind of stuff and look for that on the menu and look for those in the markets, and I want to try some interesting things, and it's so exciting. So I want to go with the intent to be healthy, and they have some more authentic wheat than we have here, which is gonna help the digestion side of it too. They do some gluten-free stuff. I'm trying to find some vegan, vegetarian, raw even cooking classes, and so far I'm not finding anything that's really going on when we're gonna be there. I found one class, I messaged them and I'm like, it's all in Italian, but it's there on the day we're there, and I'm thinking, hey, do you do translation services at all? Because they talked in some posts, about putting this stuff on in multiple languages and different things, so I thought, well, let me at least reach out and see. So that could be really, oh my gosh, it'd be so cool. I did find a raw chocolate shop. So Christine, with the chocolate, these are gonna be for real. And I don't know I haven't looked at the conversion yet. I know it's lower than 118. It's probably right around 112 or something. But they don't heat their chocolate over 42 degrees Celsius. And I know that you need to heat it to temper it, right? To be able to make it into all these different things. And I watched some classes about it, which is so cool, but it was beyond me at the time, and it was too much. But I'm about ready to be getting into it again. And oh my gosh, if I could get in on this class, it would be insane. But either way, I'm going there, I'm gonna buy some stuff, and I'm gonna eat some stuff there. So that's Italy for you. So today is a balsamic vinegar because I'm all into the Italy mode right now and everything I want to learn about it. So hey to whoever has joined, and I've got this bag, so it's gonna make a sound here, but I will tell you. Oh, it's Christine. Hi. I did not go pick up my veggie bag yet in honor of being able to be here on time on our video this afternoon and make a run out to Trader Joe's, because I'm all into the research for balsamic vinegar, right? And I'm thinking, well, what does Trader Joe's really have? Do they have the authentic stuff, right? So I made a run for that. So I will pull out the one bottle that I did get to share with you. And then I got the mail along the way, so excuse me for that. I don't check my mail very often because we have a P.O. box, so the stuff in the box at our house piles up. Mostly it's junk mail. Okay, so one thing I did find that I thought was really interesting is pomegranate vinegar. Have you ever tried it? I've never like really even heard of it, right? I'm gonna try it, but check this out. Okay, this is Trader Joe's, but oh no, it's backwards. Organic pomegranate vinegar, and then it says pure and unfiltered, and I'm like, it's right next to the balsamic vinegar, and I'm like, pure and unfiltered. I'm like, that's a good sign, right? And I'm like, organic. I've never seen organic balsamic vinegar. So I was like, huh, and I look at it, and then I'm like, the sign there with the price says that it's got the mother in it. And I thought, no, because mothers is only in raw stuff. I'm like, that's another word for you. That's another good word for you. I should put that on my vocabulary list. It was suggested I create a raw vocabulary list, you know, of all these different terms. So mother is definitely one that's in the raw category. And then when you read the ingredients, it just says organic pomegranate vinegar, organic pomegranate juice concentrate. And concentrate is another one of those words that you kind of like stay away from because it usually doesn't mean anything good, even when it's organic. But yet this one then contradicts that concentrate scare, because just telling you how to store it and all down here, this little note, it says store in a cool, dry place, raw, unfiltered. I'm like, because Trader Joe's on the sign said raw, and then with the mother in it, which is why I started looking at the label more. I'm like, huh. But it says it right there, because you don't see it on the front anywhere. It doesn't have a little raw label or anything, you know, so it's like strange. And then it says contains the mother. Shake well as natural settling may occur. Oh, hey, Daria. I think we need to talk, right? You left me a voicemail, but I don't ever get voicemails. So text me or call me later. But hi. You want to go to Italy? You're welcome to come. Oh my gosh. Hey guys. Hey. I'm gonna let them out because they heard something, and it's better than I'm still barking. Okay, so. Oh, whoa. And it is a super windy day today. I mean, like, super windy. Last night I was worried my tree, my young elm tree wasn't gonna make it. So far so good, but tomato plants are all staked, but oh my gosh. I couldn't even close my car door when I was leaving Trader Joe's. It's crazy. Yes. And my passport right now is in the renewal process, so now we're gonna have to like pay to upgrade it because they sent it back for stupidness. So yeah, we gotta get ours done, but we're gonna get the what do you call it? I don't know, there's a term for it, but we're getting the book. Is it a book version? No, it's a passport, book, and a card. There's another type you can get. You pay an extra little bit more, but you get more pages in it. They say like if you travel a whole lot. So we're getting the extra one because we're putting it out there, the positivity, right? We're gonna be traveling all over the place, so we're totally getting that one. But yeah, you wanna come? It's gonna be so fun. And then me and Christine and Lynn are gonna be doing a trip to Paris and France. So if you wanna get a stamp there too, you could join us. We haven't picked a date on that yet. We need to. That's another trip we're gonna do. My husband is so jealous. He keeps asking me when I'm going to Paris, Christine. He wants to plan some sort of trip on his own. I think he wants to go to Hawaii. And he's like, well, if I hurry up and plan mine, then he can plan his, right? So we need to pick a date for it. But I forget what I was telling, where I was at. But interesting, I'm gonna try this pomegranate vinegar and see how it is, because it's raw, unfiltered, organic, has a mother in it too. So in a sense, this sounds like apple cider vinegar, the raw, unfiltered, mother-containing apple cider vinegar. So who knows, right? It could be really good. So there's that for you. Yeah, Paris is on your list too, huh? Wouldn't it be so cool? Oh, this is like, so cool. I want to go there in cherry blossom time too, springtime. But I can go anytime, but I definitely want to go there once during the springtime. Okay, guys, you have to stop because you bump the table and it shakes the camera. So you can't bump the table. Gotta teach him that, right? You've been already? Oh, you have to tell me all the tips, all the secrets. Oh, aren't we? You gotta join our group. You gotta join in because Lynn and Christine and I were talking about we need to like start practicing some French together. So hello, you gotta be in on that too. We gotta start a little side Facebook group or a messenger chat. Maybe a messenger chat where we chat with each other back and forth in French. Ooh. I would be like, bonjour. That would be it. No. I could talk about food a little bit. And then where did it go? Here's my So here's my actual balsamic vinegar that I got, and hang on, well, I'll take you with me. I'm gonna pull up my one that I have at home already that I had, so I'll show you about that, and you get to see all my house too. Yum. Okay, we got that one, and I got anything in here. I used to have this other one. There was this glaze. You guys ever use balsamic glaze? Where are they? Got all these other things. I gotta go through this cabinet here because, nope, I don't have that one anymore. Because I gotta like recheck all this stuff to see what is really raw. Ooh, grab the bottle. And my socks are so slippery right now on the floor. I'm gonna wipe out. All right, so is that me too, Christine, that you've been to Paris twice already too? This is just wrong. I need to like, we gotta get going on this travel stuff. You've made a glaze with balsamic. Oh, wow, this is like really good, you guys. Kerwin doesn't want to give up coffee. As a side note, he is joining me raw, which is really kind of cool. I got a random dog hair blew in, or 2 or 3. I got the door open, so the winds are coming in. Oh my gosh, Christine, I'm so jealous. We have to go. Oh, and she's even talking French. Okay, man, this is like gonna be so exciting. I want to travel. I really want to get traveling more, so. I'm almost, whatever, this congestion stuff totally driving me crazy, but you know. Yes, put it on your ice cream. Absolutely, it is so cool. Okay, so here's the thing. Do you know what makes balsamic real? I was like looking into all this because I've been asking the question, is balsamic vinegar raw? I'm like, I know it's not, but raw foodists, healthy people, you know, vegans, whatever, they all eat balsamic vinegar. And I'm like, but it's not raw, or it would say in some sort of way, because everything has to tell you in some indication that it's raw, or you just know it's not. Well, here's the thing. I finally figured it out, why it's not raw. Again, I'm telling you, I look so much today, and nobody's saying, talk about these raw recipes, and then they put balsamic vinegar in it, and I'm like, why does it get a free pass? I don't know why. But anyway, balsamic vinegar is made from grape must, which is the whole thing. It's the seeds, the skin, even the stem. It's like the whole thing gets pressed. But here's what makes it not raw, because, you know, they do that with wine and they squish the grapes, right? But it still gets fermented. Balsamic vinegar isn't fermented, and it is cooked. That's probably how you got your glaze that you homemade, right? You probably cooked it down more, right? Right, Daria? So they cook it down and then they age it in barrels. And I'm curious though too, because I haven't found this out yet, but are the barrels vegan barrels? Because wine is fermented in casks, barrels that can have egg white lining on it on the inside. So I don't know what they do for balsamic vinegar, you know, so I thought that was interesting. So here's the thing, it has to be grape must, and it's gonna be thick, right? It should be kind of glazy all in its own right. It's like a mapley syrup kind of texture when it's the real thing. This stuff I got isn't the real thing, so I'm gonna tell you about this. It's so I don't know, sneaky how they do this to you, because I'm like, ooh, you want it from Modena, right? Yeah, they all say a Modena on it. Or this other one is Reggio Emilia, something like that, or however you say that. Those 2 places in Italy are the only 2 places where the authentic stuff comes from. So this one even says it on there. It's got Modena in there, right? And this term, aceto balsamico di Modena, that sounds like really official too, right? Well, aceto balsamico is great, but you also wanted to say the word traditional in Italian, the Italian word for traditional, on it. Otherwise, it's not 100% the most authentic, the most expensive, the most real stuff, right? So what makes this one, they call this the industrial version. Okay, so this isn't technically a fake. This one is the industrial version, and here's why. Because it has wine vinegar in it. If you look on the back, you're gonna see wine vinegar. It also has grape must, which means that yes, it is balsamic vinegar, because that's the grape must, but it has wine vinegar. And this one doesn't, but you will see some that say added caramel color. Why do they put a caramel color in it? Because they're starting with a lighter vinegar, like red wine vinegar. Is not the balsamic color, right? So they're gonna add color to it. So that's your industrial version. It has your grape must, but it also has wine vinegar in it, so it's thinning it out a bit. But the cool thing is this doesn't have the color in it because it does have some of the authentic stuff. But that's why, if you can see it here, see how liquidy it is? It just kind of like splatter all over the place if you put it on something, right? And then I got this one from Costco. This one also looks kind of official, right? Aged balsamic. Aged is another word because it needs to be aged a long time to be considered authentic. There's so many like guidelines for all this stuff and how it needs to be made. I found this really cool website I can post below. Yeah, that word, Daria. And see, they've got certified by control body, so it's got the same thing. Oh, but this one's a little bit better. It's got the IGP in it, so aceto balsamico di Modena IGP, and it's aged, which is also good. And it's got this seal on it, which is a good seal, which you want too. But here's the kicker. Same thing. This is the industrial version, so it's cooked and concentrated grape must. So this is the first one I've seen that ever says cooked, because I was like, what? How does it not be raw, right? Right there. And then red wine vinegar. Now here's another thing for you. It contains sulfites. Okay, it says it right there. So did the other one, and that's okay because again, it's going to be the naturally occurring ones that are coming from the grapes, but you don't want any added. No added sulfites. Okay. So another industrial one, right? Okay. So you want to know what makes a fake one? Did you know that there was fake balsamic vinegar? I only started learning about this when I was looking for the good stuff. I wanted the best kind, and I know some have sugar added, some have color added, and I thought, what the heck is grape must? I was like, at first, honestly, I didn't even think that it should have grape must in it. I'm like, what is must? I'm like, that just doesn't sound like a good word, right? So I was trying to avoid that. Well, then you start learning all these things, right? Well, it has, oh fudge, it's not even red wine vinegar. It's something else. It's another vinegar. It's not white vinegar. Oh darn, I just had it. I'll try and remember it, but it does not have, here's the key thing. So a lot of them use, a lot of them I was reading about even use a juice, like they'll use a grape juice even. Some don't even use a wine vinegar. But the key thing is that makes them fake is they do not have grape must in them. That's just kind of like a requirement. They must have that in them in order to be even the industrial version, okay? So I don't even want to go looking for real balsamic vinegar here because if Trader Joe's doesn't have it, it's not going to be anywhere around here. Whole Foods, they're not going to have it. I mean, I'll look next time I'm there, but I don't know. So I'm going to wait until I get to Italy. And I'm going to find some like really cool stuff. And I don't know what the price is. I know they're like, they can get up to hundreds of dollars per bottle. But I want to bring back some really cool stuff. And you know those places you ever go to, like a store where it's olive oil and balsamic vinegar, and they give you little pieces of bread and you go around and you sample all the different oils that they have there and you add your vinegar to it. You know how thick that stuff is, right? It's so yummy, so tasty. Yours is real? Awesome. That's totally cool. Oh, sip here. Oh, I think I started to tell you how good this is. So yes, it is coffee, but it's organic coffee. I know there's some better kinds. Kerwin was kind of looking into it a bit, so there's some other things we may go into because he wants to keep drinking coffee. And who knows what I'll do. I mean, but this, I put a drop of peppermint oil, a little splash of maple syrup, in a half a teaspoon or tablespoon or something. I just kind of stuck a spoon in the container of coconut oil, dumped that in and stirred it up. It's so good, even with dog hair in it. So you got the authentic stuff. Okay. here's something else. How do you eat balsamic vinegar? Okay, this is like, hello, totally makes sense. I'm like, why? I had no idea, but it absolutely makes sense. And I'm like, sometimes it works, and sometimes balsamic vinegar just like doesn't work, and you're like, well, you know, is it like, I'm thinking it's always the bottle, so you're looking for the better stuff, and I'm like, it's not always the kind of balsamic vinegar you have. It's how you're putting it on your food. So if you are cooking it, you're killing it. Even though it's already dead, it's not raw, you're ruining the whole profile of it, and you're killing the benefits of your balsamic vinegar. You might as well not have put it on, for what you're ruining the bouquet, I guess, kind of like, you know, the wine, you're ruining the bouquet. What you do is, after it's cooked, heat is off, and just before you serve it, you would put a little bit on whatever that plate is. You would use a spoon. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, Daria, but you would use a little spoon, and everybody gets like, you know, just a little bit of it, you know, on a spoon, and you just drizzle it on their food. And there you go. Okay. You also, now if you're eating it raw and you're using it on a salad, okay, so check this out. You've got 3 ingredients: your balsamic vinegar, your salt, and your olive oil, right? Do you know it matters the order that you put them on your bowl of salad? I had no idea. Okay, if you put the olive oil on first, that's wrong. Because it coats everything, and your balsamic vinegar will just kind of slide off, and it will never penetrate into your leaves, right? So it's not gonna help you at all. If you put the balsamic on first, nope. Reason being is that then you're gonna add your salt over top of it, and now the salt is seasoning the balsamic and changing the flavor profile of your balsamic, which you also don't want. So if you've got real quality balsamic vinegar and you want to be able to taste it and enjoy the benefit of it, you don't need tons of it, of course, but you put it on this order. Salt first, seasons your veggies and your greens and gets them going, and then you add your balsamic vinegar. And then lastly, you would put your olive oil on. I'm like, how cool is that, right? I'm totally gonna try it. I think sometimes maybe I do that like on default, but I had no idea. And I don't always use salt either, Christine, but I thought, I bet you it really works. Sometimes I do because I like the kick that it gives, and sometimes it like loosens up the stuff that's in the leafiness too. It kind of like softens them up and all too, so sometimes I like to put that on right beforehand, you know. But there you have it. So as long as you're doing your balsamic first, you're in good shape. The other tip was I got that if you can do it like the Italians, just have like one or the other, or keep them separate. You don't always have to use both, like you said. Was it Christine? You put on your strawberries. Absolutely, you don't always need the oil to go with it, right? And when I've got a really good kind, like the thicker kind, the real kind, yeah, I love to put it on stuff. And how about this vanilla ice cream? I'm so excited to do that again. It's been so long I forgot about it, but I found a recipe for the strawberry one I shared today. I wonder if it'd still be good, because you put it on strawberries, you can put it on vanilla ice cream, can you put it on strawberry banana ice cream? See how it tastes, right? It'll be kind of cool. So, and it tastes really good too. I like it even just with I like lemon juice, you know, mixed in with it too. Kind of good. So you guys use it without oil. Balsamic first. Let's see, what else do we got going on for it? It does come from specific grapes too in those 2 regions, of course, you know, it's so particular. The shape of the bottle, they've got different color labels for it and like all this stuff. It's really kind of cool. I wonder if I should even like take this back, because I'm like, I got this whole big bottle over here I already have. I don't know how much I'm going to use before I get the real stuff in Italy. I don't know. Do you have any real stuff, Varia? I wonder like where you'd get it from around here. More dog hair, I swear. And I did sweep today too. Oh, okay, so there you have it. And balsamic vinegar. Did I miss anything? You guys, what else do you guys know about it? And you never cook it either, Christine. I'm going back through the comments to see what I missed. But it's good, because you know what? You're super smart about all this stuff. So I'm like, you need to be doing these live videos too. I would love it for you to come on and do a live video in our group to talk about something, anything, whatever you want to share, you know, because I'm learning that again, as I do often in other things of life, I take it for granted what I know. And after doing my raw workshop, it was just like the comments and the questions and it really makes you think about things a little bit differently as to how to explain it to somebody else. And I'm like, wow, I really do know a lot. So I think you should start sharing. And Daria's got tips galore. So hello, yeah, you guys need to be on and be sharing about stuff. So you're out. Okay, bye Daria. I will see you later. You can catch the rest on the replay. So, all right. So if I missed anything else about balsamic, you can put it in the comments. Maybe we should put together a sheet for it, you know? Here's tips about balsamic vinegar. I will definitely post a link to that website. It was really going into some of the cool details about it. It was really kind of interesting. So I thought the more I learn now, the better it's going to be when I get to Italy. So here's the other thing. No, it's not raw. So now I finally have my for real answer to that, and I know why it's not raw now. But I'm not necessarily feeling like I need to exit out of my whole diet plan if I'm going to be raw. Not just because other people don't, but because you're not using a whole lot of it. If you're getting a whole ingredient, I still have to look at red wine vinegar because that one's not raw either. And I know that that's in here in the industrial version I have anyway. But balsamic vinegar's got some good benefits to it too, like a lot of vinegars do, and it's coming from the grapes and stuff. So I'm thinking, is it going to accentuate my eating pleasure and take the raw foods that I'm eating to another level? So I won't put it on the cooked stuff, but you know, why not? For the amount that I'm having, it doesn't have anything that's bad in it for me if I don't get the color in it and if I get the stuff with no added sulfites, right? Now, can I get better qualities of it? Can I get some organic stuff? Like I said, I've never seen an organic one around here, even an industrial organic version. So can I get organic? I bet you I can in Italy too, you know, and I'm going to start looking around everywhere for it. So I think this is probably going to be another exception for me. I honestly don't use it a lot. But now that I'm doing more things raw, and I've got this veggie bag I'm going to pick up, and I've got all these greens that are coming, and I'm like, what am I going to put on these greens? You want to do something simple and quick, right? You're out of balsamic. Oh, gotcha. Okay. But you want to do something simple and quick. So, here's the other thing. This is what got me started on it, if you can believe it or not. Balsamic vinaigrette. You think, go to a restaurant, it's good for you. You think that's an okay one to get. No. Vinaigrettes in restaurants are gonna have sugar in them. If you just by default assume that they say vinaigrette, it has sugar in it, you're better off than the rare exception when they don't. Now you can ask, and if depending on the kind of place you're in, they may know. Like we spent too much money for it because it was on a seafood night when we're not eating meat. But went out with some friends and we went to a buffet in town at where'd we go? The Wynn? Because the Wynn and the Encore have vegan versions, vegan options on all of their restaurants, even the buffet. So we went to the buffet because they bring a chef out and they give you a tour and they show you everything that is vegan or vegetarian, and also the things that you can request be remade for you, or like you want a salad but it comes pre-mixed with cheese. You can ask them for a vegan version and they'll whip one up for you. So it's kind of cool. It's not going to be real helpful for me being raw, but I thought that was kind of interesting. And so I asked him, of the dressings that were out there, I was like, they say house made, which is a good indication because then they'll know what's in it, right? And I was like, do you have any that don't have added sugar? And usually the response I get is the ranch, but he actually told me this time it was the balsamic vinegar that didn't have the added sugar in it, and the ranch did, which is interesting. So ask. And if you can, great. But otherwise, I would say just carry a bottle with you. Like, ask for lemons. You don't need the dressing. The dressing is what's really going to kill you on your salads. Even when you're getting raw, when you're eating it raw, you choose a salad instead of a McDonald's meal, and then you put this dressing on it, and you defeated the purpose. So take a bottle of extra virgin olive oil with you. I take a little glass jar. Take those little jam jars that are really cool. You can even take some balsamic vinegar with you, or ask for lemons. Everybody's got lemons. You can put a lemon with your olive oil. It's gonna be super tasty. So I would totally suggest that. That was kind of how I got on this rant about balsamic vinegar, was because I was thinking about dressings and how people really defeat the benefits of all that they're doing to be healthier by then getting the prepackaged dressing. You know, it's just not, it's not worth it. Little tweaks. Now you can make your own vinaigrettes at home, of course, without the sugar. They don't need the sugar anyway, but you know, when you're totally accustomed to it, I guess maybe so, you know, so I don't know. But thank you, Christine. I'm tired of sniffing, that's for sure. And I'm tired of tasting it. And Mrs. Lyon is probably too much information, but I'm just tired of tasting snot. I'm like, that's ridiculous. But the good thing is that, well, shoot, what else can we detox out, right? You know, let's get it all going out. So it's kind of cool, so. And I don't feel miserable, which is good. So I think I'm really supporting myself by eating the good stuff, that it's not, you know, taking me down, and I don't, it's, you know, the go-to over-the-counter stuff, you know, for drugs. It's just like, I would never do that, haven't in years, you know, but sometimes it's miserable. It hasn't been too miserable this time. I just feel like, I used a whole box of Kleenex, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. You get tired. My nose is sore. And then my throat gets sore. I believe my throat gets sore from blowing. I don't know how that happened. Oh, sneezing. That's how my throat's getting sore, from sneezing. It's crazy. So, if you're still here, Daria, my veggie bag is a community shareholder association. I keep forgetting what CSA stands for. But I'm a shareholder at the farm that's just outside of town. And I've subscribed to a weekly share of what the farm produces that week. And so the spring summer season has started. And this is week 2 out of 16 weeks. And then they have an extension that you can add on later. I haven't done that part yet. But you get this brown bag of amazing stuff from the garden. I've been getting so many leafy greens lately. It's been fabulous. The stuff is so fresh and crunchy and amazing. It's like, talk about way better than organic. And you talk about the limited, you know, the low carbon footprint on it when it's not getting trucked in from all over the place, you know. It's like right here. It's so amazing. So I'm gonna go pick that up after I get off. I say goodbye to you guys today. I'm gonna go get that, and then I'm gonna make a stop by Sprouts, because something else I'm thinking about is hummus. So I've been making hummus with the canned garbanzo beans that are organic, and I know they're not raw, but it tastes really good. And I've made these homemade recipes are like amazing. So I've made, anybody ever use like raw garbanzo beans to make something? So they're super hard, right? Because they're a bean. And I've sprouted them before, and you can, they're really good in salads with the crunch when they're sprouted. You just throw them in. But they're not like the best. They're not the best in the hummus. I still like the canned one better, and it's almost like they're still too hard, so they don't get that smooth texture of the hummus that you like. It's a little bit thicker, you know. So I learned something new that I'm excited to test out, and I will share with you guys, and then you can follow my progress on it. The catch is you have to soak, and see, some people don't talk about these things. It's so frustrating because you got all these raw people out there and they don't share these nuggets. And it's like, for somebody who doesn't already know, how are you supposed to learn when they don't tell you, right? So I finally saw this one spot where they said, you need to soak them longer, right? Okay, hours, right? But how many hours, you guys? Because I've been soaking them. I soak them for like 24 hours, and then they get gross sitting on the counter. And I'm like, hello, okay, I gotta do something with them now, right? So what they told me was, this thing I read was to do it for 3 days and to do it in the fridge, so that they don't get ruined, they don't get gross, because they're gonna get, you know how like when your nut milk goes bad, and that what's the word, because it has fat, and the fat does, what happens to the fat when it gets old? I can't think of the word. I know, I keep changing the water, but I don't know, it just still didn't work so well for me. Maybe I didn't change it enough, I don't know, but it's the word. I can't think of the word. But anyway, they just start to taste bad. Like, the water looks gross and you change the water or whatever, but then the bean itself starts to taste rancid. There's my word. Start to taste rancid. So I must have been not changing the water enough. But they say that they sprout slower in the fridge. And so because that, oh, maybe that's partly the other thing too. If you leave them out, even if you change the water, they're still gonna sprout. And when the sprout gets too long, like when the sprout is as long as the bean, they're not gonna taste good anymore. And they don't taste as good. So if you soak them in water in the fridge, it slows the sprouting process so that you can get the soft soak time you need for like 3 days. So hello. I know you guys are on the same page, and I'm like the one on a tangent. There's the word. Oh, now you guys are out. Now I see it all comes through rancid. Yeah, thank you guys. You guys are so cool. Same page for real. So I'm gonna go run to Sprouts, and I'm gonna get those garbanzo beans, and I'm gonna try it this way and see how it turns out. So I will keep you posted on and then I've got this most amazing recipe for hummus, and the key ingredient. I posted the recipe I did for the nacho cheese that I made from cashews. That is the most amazing nacho-y cut type kind of cashew cheese I've had yet. It's got flavor, okay? So good. Here's the secret. It's my new ingredient, chipotle powder. Forget that smoked paprika that just kind of like, even in hummus, it's just kind of like, not sure about it. Well, chipotle powder. Yeah, I know you did. I know you told me beforehand. It's the delay on the comments. It's just not even right, you know? No, I haven't, Christine. Tried with other beans. What other beans? I know you can make it with zucchini, and I think I've seen a recipe with sunflower seeds, but what other beans, really? I've even seen like a beet hummus, but that didn't really, ooh, I have beets though. That could be interesting. It seemed a little strange being so red though, you know, so yeah. White bean hummus, butter beans. Interesting, so kind of like okay, I will say I've tried black bean hummus and I did not like that. I forgot about that, but it was the canned black beans, but I did not like that. Do you guys soak the butter bean, flageole? That sounds not English. I've never heard of those. But do you guys soak those beans the same amount of time as you do your garbanzo beans? Would you stop? Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Okay, guys. So I don't know if you heard, but Nicholas has not been well. So he had his like amazing echocardiogram, and then like 2 weeks after that, he goes and gets himself sick. Did you bring me a toy? Where's your toy? Where is it? I don't see it. I don't see it. Oh, there it is. Oh, I was going to show you him, but he took his toy. So he's been on, I did a video last Saturday about all the stuff I was putting him on. He's getting a saline solution at home. Oh my gosh, thank goodness Kerwin can shove the needle in. Doing him awesome with that. He's getting this pancreas remedy. Pancreas remedy. It's homeopathic. I don't even know what is in it, but you shake it up 20 times and he gets that. Bunch of stuff. Anyway, my exciting news is that last night he's been improving, but like when he eats, he's not been feeling well, and he wakes me up in the middle of the night because he's panting and upset, and so I've been giving him like some homeopathic pain medicine and stuff. Last night, or yesterday, he didn't get any supplements except he got a scoop of coconut oil with a drop of ginger oil, essential oil in it. He likes that. So I put 1 drop in there, just mixed it up, and then I put that in his food, and that was all the supplements he had. And he did amazing. And at midnight, he's barking at me, wanting to play with his ball again. And I'm like, the dog is well. He's back. So, your hummus isn't raw. Yeah, the canned ones are super easy, right? This is the whole thing. They're convenient, you know? So they just, like I said, I was doing it that way. It was convenient time-wise, you know, not that soaking is a problem, but it takes time. You have to plan for it. And then if you start getting all this stuff soaking, then you got to keep an eye on, you've got to like manage what you're doing. I need your attention to detail, Christine, to create me up like a schedule and be like, okay, you put this in at this time and this goes in, you got to change water here and do this, and you want hummus on Friday? Well, you better plan it 4 days out so you can soak your, I mean, I'm not that well yet, so that's where the canned stuff came in. But now that I'm all raw, mostly raw, they're green beans? Green beans. I'm gonna have to look it up. See a picture of those. I've never heard of them before. I heard about a bean that they have in Italy. It sounds like a fava bean. What do they call it? A broad bean. And I'm like, they're supposed to be in season soon. So I was like, be kind of interesting. And then it's like you sit around popping the beans out and you eat them with, what is it, salt and olive oil or something? I don't know, but it sounded kind of neat, so. Ha! Nobody's raw around here but me, you guys. This is not even right. No. You are, Christine. You totally are. And if you think you aren't, just think how worse I am then, because you are detailed, right? Yeah, I didn't think I did either, Daria. So I don't know if that's what that broad bean is. I thought I saw a reference to it somewhere, and I couldn't tell if they were saying, sometimes people aren't clear how they're writing, or I don't know. So, it'll be interesting. Christina eats a lot of raw though. There's lots of raw stuff too. But ooh, who did a raw fast? Let me scroll back. Ooh, oh. Yeah, right, you did it for 28 days? Was that when you were before your cruise and you were drinking all your smoothies and stuff? How did it go for you? What recipes? What recipes? What recipes? Totally cool. All right, so a couple other things you guys want to know about oils, since we're on the topic of oils, and then every other topic too, right? Most oils really aren't raw. You can get organic, unfiltered, raw coconut oil. But a lot of oils aren't. Even extra virgin olive oil, you don't necessarily know that it's raw. You'd have to actually contact the manufacturer and ask them how hot things get as they're processing it, so, but you gotta kind of take it with a grain of salt, right? So, oh, it was a different time. Okay. You did raw. So I'm on for 32 days at least for sure this time for what I'm doing, minus my maple syrup. I'm gonna keep that for a little bit, and because I really don't like the agave nectar that people use. I don't think it's good for you. And then some coffee for a little while, and then not vegan, so I'll probably have the honey in there too, because I really like the honey. And if the bees are taken care of. Side note on the bees, and the honey, the guy here, he's a bee rescuer. There's a couple other people, but I like this guy in particular because he rescues the bees. You tell him you have a hive somewhere, you need relocated, he comes and saves the bees. He's not an exterminator. He doesn't wipe them out. He saves the bees as into his hive, and then he's got 3 different types of honey based on, like, one is clove. He's got 2 other kinds, so, but it's like the most amazing honey you've ever had, so. Oh, hey, bye, Christine. So perfect, because I want to go too. So I just want to tell you, like, real fast, and then I won't leave this hanging. So when you're looking for oils, the words are cold pressed, unrefined, unfiltered. Those are what you're looking for on everything. First pressing, forwards. That is going to tell you if it's as raw as it can be. You may see raw like on the coconut oil or like on hemp seed oil or flaxseed oil. Sometimes at super healthy locations you can see the actual raw. But if you stay for those 4 words, you're going to be in good shape. Cold pressed, unrefined, first pressing, and unfiltered. And then oils aren't going to say the mother on them. So no, scrap that one. That's going to be on your vinegars. So there you have it. Tell me, I want to know about Italy. So you guys have tips on Italy. What to see, what to do, foods to eat, just anything, how to have fun there. Do you know anybody in Italy? Because I want to make connections. I love to meet locals. It's so much more fun. It's going to be like amazing. And what do you guys want to talk about next week? So start thinking about topics, right? And questions you might have, or just random things you want to know about, like balsamic vinegar. It's like, I just think it's so cool to research these products. And challenges, what are you guys doing? Because obviously you know I'm on my 32-day raw challenge. What are you guys going to do for your health? You can exercise more? Are you going to eat something differently? Are you going to be taking care of the spiritual side of things more? What are you guys doing for your health for a challenge? Okay, so post that later when you come back. Catch the end of the replay or whatnot. And thank you guys for joining me live. It was fun to be chatting with you. This is totally cool. But I forgot, nobody came on live with me. That would have been fun. Oh well, next time. So here is to, oh, wrong side. It's backwards, but here's to travel. Air New Zealand. Is that who you flew on, Daria? This is a souvenir cup from my husband. This is how my honey and I met. Was because of Air New Zealand. There's a story behind it, but Air New Zealand. So, bye you guys. Thanks for watching. I'm off to get my veggie bag, and I will be back again soon, next week for sure. Bye for now.